So early August 2016, Edible Acres, the West End. The documentation continues here. Hopefully a quick video on the theme of soil building, bed creation, weed suppression, and watering, all in one action. And that action is deep, deep mulch. And you can see all through the landscape here, deep, deep mulch. It's a theme with everything I do, everything that happens here. And the reason I'm claiming that it does all those things at once, let me break it down briefly. Let's say, for example, we've got this area here, like a lawn that's unmowed, and we want to build it into beds. Well, in this case, I put a bunch of lumps of soil from in here, which holds water for me. So now I've got water retention and raised beds. But that's one thing. If I want this to all be well watered, have the soil being built, have the weeds suppressed, and build beds, if I take enough straw, so for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lumps, let's say 20 to 30 square feet, I would use 2 straw bales maybe for this, and wait for the time of year when the plants are tall, unmowed, peak flower, it's been warm, it's been raining, so the soil is super awake, super alive. Just start laying this material down and throwing hay, straw, wood chips, leaves, any of that mulch material. No cardboard needed here. And do it so thick that you can't see any of the greens popping up. So this was done last week. So thick that the greens didn't pop up then. Well, they're coming up now. So did it fail? No. I just add more straw and just keep doing that through this season. Next season I will have a weed-free shaped bed with more organic matter, and the watering end, it's watering by not needing to water. With a really deep mulch, any rain that comes in does not evaporate back out. So it's the equivalent of drip irrigation year-round if I can keep that soil always, always protected. Easy to transplant into. In the spring I can dig a little soil, put in a transplant, move all the mulch back, and I'm done. Or wherever I see weeds start to germinate on top of this, I know I can rough it up and cast seeds that are appropriate for the time of year. You know, buckwheat in the summer, brassicas in the fall and spring. And so this area, instead of rototilling and hand weeding and all this kind of stuff, 2 to 3 bales of straw, and I've built my organic matter, built my beds, have weeded, and I've watered. And you can see all throughout that theme plays out. They're all different ages. Some have logs, some have soil, but all of them have incredible amounts of mulch. And all of this will be plantable next year. I got these straw bales for free, but I would argue that even as much as $5 or $6 a bale, if you got 200 square feet of beautiful raised bed that you never really needed to water, weed, or have any other hassles with, you just throw seeds at it or you transplant into it, it would be worth $10, right? And no gas, and no machines in the future, and no tools in the future. So, mulching. We'll do some other videos of older beds. We've been doing this for about 8 years here, and some of the beds that have had this done early on and been planted out to annuals and then moving up through succession are doing incredibly well with this process. So it's has 8 years of proof here, and I'm sure the rest of my lifetime it'll keep doing that. And I'll just keep playing this pattern out. So this area has been clearing, and you can see the future to the east and the north will continue to be cleared as this area is pioneered into production and is established and stable. Will clear, turn into charcoal, no digging, just building raised beds that don't need to be watered or weeded. All through mulch. Thanks.